Hi everyone. Okay, so in a previous video I showed you this doily that I unmolded, and this actually I want to say it took a couple of hours to cure, and I had put this in the mold yesterday afternoon sometime, but then I sped up the process using a heat lamp, as I said before. And so I had later on, after I got the heat lamp, had put these in under them, under the heat lamp to cure, and actually 2 molds. And so this one I used as a test to see when the actual pieces were ready. So some of them came out at different times with me checking to see if, it was cured. So I had already unmolded these, and some I did this morning, some I did last night. So they have various times of having cured. But you can see that the small detailed ones turn out very nicely too. And let me just get my piece of paper out. Smaller piece this time. So you can see it better. So this is the front side. This was the side facing down. And this is one of those pieces that came out of this mold on the left. This is another one. They kind of do look like snowflakes. This is one that I unmolded too soon because you can see that it wasn't fully cured. So I don't know if I'll use that at all. The back is pretty smooth though. I just have to go in and clean up some pieces. And you can see me just picking off those little pieces there. Here's some of the little bows that were in the mold. Little tiny bows. Another one. And then here's one I took out this morning. And it looks really pretty. It's a nice looking flower. It certainly takes less time to actually work with these than actually crocheting a doily. You get different results, right? I just tore that one, I think. So yeah, that's another one. And then there's this one, which again I have to clean up some of the center pieces and stuff. This one again came out of the mold probably too early because it wasn't fully cured. You could tell here it was still a little bit wet because it's not smooth. Here's one right here. And I'm assuming I'll get better as I do this more often. Here's another one. And I'm thinking you could probably just layer some of these up, to get a really nice effect. Now, I probably would want to do it with something that was different colors, or, maybe you could paint them as well. I haven't tried painting them since this is the first time. So I wanted to unmold a few on camera with you so you could see what it's like. And this is the second doily mold that I did. Let me do the bow because I can see it's coming out. So there's the bow. And you want to make sure you get any air bubbles out when you put it into the mold. You can see that was an air bubble. And then, smooth it in there evenly. I didn't do that, obviously. This one I hope comes out nicely. But you can see here, it pulls away from the silicone. There's a lot of dots in this one. So I'm just going to gently peel it out. There we go. You can see that. And just clean it up a little bit. And it'll be good to go. Let me show you that. So there's one. Let's do the heart one. I can see this one is going to have some problems because I didn't put the modeling paste down in there real good. But, first time attempts. Okay. This is supposed to be a heart. I don't know if it looks like that. So Bring it closer. I kind of like the other side better. So maybe I could just flip it over and use the top side, right? Oh, this one's pretty. This one turned out really nice. And they're not very, because these molds are so small, they're not very big doilies, right? But sometimes you like the really small ones to make flowers or card size things. And here's the last one. So yeah, I think I'm getting somewhat the hang of this. You have to take your time and make sure that you get all the modeling paste down in the, into the mold very well. And I did do one that wasn't cured under the lamp. It was a lace one. It didn't turn out very well. So I think what I need to do is make sure that there's enough warmth around these pieces so that they cure in a better way. Because the ones that were cured outside of the heat lamp did not, you know, fully harden. And I don't know if it's because it needs to sit longer, but I left it in the mold, so I can't show it to you. And it's not very warm here. It's probably in the 60s right now. So anyway, that's my share for now, and I will be back to show you what I do with these. Somebody asked me what glue I'll use. I probably will use this. It's Helmar's 450 Quick Dry. It's not cheap, but I use a coupon on this when I do get it at Hobby Lobby. You can find this online. I know that Joann's and Michael's do not carry this brand. This is from Australia. Or it's a brand, yeah, see, made in Australia. But anyway, this is what I would use. It's really quick holding. These aren't very heavy, so you could probably use a different type of glue too, to hold these. Maybe try the Xyron also. Run it through the sticker maker. Because these are pretty, they're not like flat like paper, but they're definitely not too thick. So, and they're not heavy, so that it could probably stick that way too if you're going to put it on a card. Anyway, that's my share for right now, and I'll be back. Okay, so in addition to the molds that I unmolded, I wanted to show you 2 more cards that I made using the same die that I had made 2 other cards with this morning. Instead of doing rectangular cards, I decided to do round ones. And so what I did was I used a Spellbinders die that I have. They're the Grand Nestabilities, the circles. So what I did was I took the circle die and cut the actual card base. See how this is what I was talking about, where they're not even, like, I don't know, American Crafts, maybe that's why they had them in Marshalls. They weren't folded evenly, so I took these and just put the circle die, like, imagine that this is the circle die. So to get the fold, you want the fold to stay there. So, right, so I took a circle die that was about the same size as the die that I cut for the card itself, and, you know, overlapped the fold. And this is not a new thing, you know, this is what you do to do shape cards. So I cut the die like that, and it forms, when you open it up, the fold is still there, and you have that circular card base. So that's all I did to make these cards. So here's one of them. And all I did, again, was to take the die from Debbie Potter and cut it in white basil cardstock. And then I glued it down to this larger circle that is a Grand Nestabilities die. I don't know what it's called. It's one of the gold ones, I believe. And it, you know, I took a larger circle than the actual Debbie Potter die itself, so it had a little border, because I made another one, and I'll show it to you first. And then again, I just used those hearts from Teresa Collins, and then some little some twine from the Twinery here. And you can see the sparkle from the stars in gold here, so I thought that was a nice, you know, background for this one as well. And so here is the card base that is adhered down to the circle. And you can see here, there's the fold. and it's just that card base that was kind of wonky anyway, so might as well use it, right? And I'm going to send this inside of a 5x in the envelopes that they come with, so that you don't have to pay special shipping, because this still fits inside. Well, maybe it doesn't. This doesn't fit inside, so what I'll do is make an envelope for it, but it'll be a little bit larger, and it won't be square, because the squares envelopes you typically have to put extra postage on. So I'm going to make one a little bit bigger than this envelope with my punch board. That's all. And so that's the first card. Well, that's the second card I actually made. This is the first one. And this one uses a scallop Nestabilities die. And it just has a small border around the Debbie Potter die. And it's basically the same idea. I used a different size circle, and it's just a regular flat circle that I glued the base to. And then this one will definitely fit in that, I believe. Yeah, this one will fit in the 5x7 envelopes they came with. So, yeah. So, I'm really having a lot of fun with these Debbie Potter dies, and sort of making, making some really nice Christmas cards. And so that is 4 of the same card, because you guys saw the other ones I did the other day. Well, that's a different one, huh? Yeah, so that is my card share. Thanks for watching. Bye.